Example 3, an amount of $1,300 earns $400 interest in 3 years and 9 months. What is the effective annual interest rate if interest is compounded monthly? So in this question, what we're solving for is the effective annual interest rate. We're solving for the EFF. And basically what the effective annual interest rate is, it is the nominal interest rate when your compounding equals to 1. And that's what effective annual interest rate is. Effective annual interest rate is basically the nominal interest rate when your compounding equals to 1. So you're compounding annually. Your CY equals to 1. And in order for us to find the EFF, our first step is we need to first find the nominal interest rate first. So in the question, when we're filling in the boxes, what we're solving for is the IY. Once we find the nominal interest rate IY, then we can find the EFF afterward. So when we fill the boxes, what we know is that we're solving for IY. And the first number that we see from the question is that we see that there's a 1,300. That is our present value. That's how much we're investing today. And our present value is negative. The reason our present value is negative is because we need to put in 1,300 into the bank first. So we need to lose 1,300 first. So we don't have access to the 1,300. And in return, after 3 years and 9 months, we're going to get back $1,700. And that's our future value. Our principal plus the interest is our future value. So 1,300 plus the 400, that gives you the 1,700. That is our future value. That is what we get back at the end of 3 years and 9 months. That is our future value. So we put in 1,300 into the bank. So we lose 1,300 at the beginning. And then we get back 1,700 from the bank at the end of 3 years and 9 months. So negative for the present value and then positive for the future value. And then we're given that the interest rate is compounded monthly. So our CY is 12. So CY equals to 12 compounded monthly. And this is for 3 years and 9 months. So to calculate the N equals to T times CY. So 3 years, so 3 times 12. So 3 times CY is 3 times 12. So we get 36 plus the 9 months. So 9 months is 9 period. So 36 plus 9 gives you the 45. So in total, 45 period or 45 months in 3 years and 9 months. And that's our N. And then lastly, we have the assumption that we made. We're assuming that PMT equals to 0. And when PMT equals to 0, our PY equals to CY. So that's why our PY is 12 because our CY is 12. So once we have everything filled out, then we can plug it into the financial calculator and then solve for IY. And we're going to do that right now. So we're going to start from the left side, and then we're going to type in the PY and CY. So second function, PY is 12, enter, arrow down to CY. CY is 12, enter, and then you clear. And then we're going to type in the 45 for the number of period. So 45, and then you press N, and that will set the number of period to 45. And then our present value is negative 1,300. So number first, so 1,300. And then you press the plus minus, that will give you the negative. And then you press PV. And so that will set the financial calculator for the present value to negative 1,300. And then next is PMT. PMT is 0, so 0 PMT. And then we have 1,700 for future value, so 1,700 future value. And then once we type in all these 6 numbers, then we can solve for IY. So compute IY, and then you're going to get 7.175, and that's your nominal interest rate compounded monthly. Once we find out the nominal interest rate compounded monthly, so 7.175% compounded monthly, then we can convert that to the effective annual interest rate, which is the nominal interest rate when your compounding is 1 times a year. So what we're going to do is we're going to go click on second function, I conversion. So second function, I conversion. And again, I conversion is right above the 2. So once we click on second function, I conversion, it will ask you for nominal interest rate. So nominal interest rate, NOM, is basically your IY. So we put the 7.17507. This is what we have for the nominal interest rate. So we're going to put that in. Our IY is basically your nominal interest rate. Once we type in the number, we press enter. And then we go down 2 times to CY. And then we're going to press 12 and enter. So we go down 2 times to CY. We press 12. And then we press enter. And that will set the compounding to 12 times a year. And then we go back up 1 time. And then we'll see EFF. Once we see EFF, then we press compute. and then we're going to get the 7.4158. So we press compute, and then we're going to get 7.4159. And that's your example 3.